uh, Doshi joins us now, Chairman and Managing Director of Waaree Group, and well, we've been engaging with him to understand that how things on the alternate energy or energy transition front have been moving. We've been talking about how energy prices have come down, but today we'll talk about something which directly could be affecting his business. So while energy prices are coming down, the price for solar panel have also collapsed. What does that mean for Waaree? What does that mean for solar pricing? And is this largely because of a glut situation which is happening in the world? Hitesh bhai, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Can you simplify for our viewers that why have the solar wafer or panel prices virtually have collapsed?
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me, and good morning to all of you. Solar prices were naturally they were coming down for last 15 years constantly, but the recent decrease in a 4 weeks to 6 weeks at 50%. This is definitely because of the oversupply, probably, and the secondly is the strategy by the few manufacturers of few countries, I will say, to make sure that the production does not happen outside their countries. And there has been a lot of discussion all the time across the globe how the multiple supply chain can be developed. Almost all the countries are working to start or protect their local manufacturing. And to probably to stop it, if you look to the prices, there is no change in terms of the raw material prices or the demand or anything. But then there is always a question why the price has came down if there is no big change in across the value chain. So I think this is more to oversupply and to stop the production outside.
But you are in a competitive market. Now, whatever may be the reason, bottom line here is that prices have come down. And when prices have come down, your buyers, I'm sure they would like to renegotiate. I'm sure your buyers would say that, look, if prices have come down, why should we pay you more? So what happens to your business?
Of course, this industry is known for the renegotiating the contract, and we are the part of it. Fortunately, majority of our customers, they with them we have the flexible pricing module where the raw material prices are linked to their finished product. So we, in that case, we are not affected the much. But overall, I agree with you. This industry is in that line.
If I look at a very basic business matrix, profit is a function of top line and margins. Because prices are down, your turnover will come down or your volume will come down. Even if you're able to maintain margins, your profitability will get affected. Is that true that it could be a decline in your profits or you will be able to sustain it?
I think we are on the track and we will be able to sustain our margins uh, because the customer has agreed to give our margins, but to change the prices according to the market. So that the benefit Waaree have.
A simple follow-up question, which is that do you think in 6 months from now the prices could boomerang up? Do you think there is a possibility of that what we are going through in
Yes,
terms of a drop, it is just transitory?
yeah, this is if you look to the most of the research houses and the media reports, particularly in the Western world, and also when we speak to our counterparts, the issue is the price today is not the price of the raw material. It is a far below. And I can give that straight number so you'll get some more idea. The prices before few months were 26 cents in China per watt. So 26 cents US dollar has came down today below $12 US cents. So if somebody does the simple maths of the raw material cost, and these are the commodities like aluminum, glass, and plastics and other things, it's not covering the raw material. So what will happen? A lot of companies who are dumping the material at this price, either they will go out of the business or they will reduce the production, or maybe some of them will stop the production. So there are the expectations, few companies may go out of the business, and then the inventories which are piled up today, and this is one of the reason why the prices are also coming down. These inventories will also come down and the prices will start going up where some sustainable margins will be made in.
But what you are telling us and what you're sharing with us is that even though the panel prices have come down, energy prices have come down, it is not affecting your business. There are no order cancellations. There is nothing which, in a sense, will have an impact on your business. So, can I assume that now prices have come down, affordability will increase because ultimately power production is a function of the equipment, the price of the equipment and the underlying financing cost. So, can I say that this is actually a blessing in disguise as demand will go up?
Yeah, I think this is the best opportunity when you are getting the solar panels at half of the price, and across the country, energy prices are going up. It may be small or big, but the large consumers are paying the higher bills today. So this is a very good opportunity for everyone to go for a solar and get this benefits and the opportunity what is available of the prices today.
The other thing to watch out for is when you look at the domestic market in India, everybody from an Adani to an Ambani to a Tata Group, everybody is investing a lot in getting these solar PV manufacturing capacities, which will quickly come on board over the next 12 to 18 months. Do you see this as a sustainable trend in the sense that next 5 to 10 years there will be enough demand, or there will be a sudden situation of a sugar high and then a crash?
If we look to the demand, we have just scratched the surface. For example, today in India at 70 gigawatt capacity of solar, even if we take 20% PLF, we are manufacturing 40, generating the electricity of 14 gigawatt. And we know that what's the demand against this percentage here. So we are not even at 2-3% today. And solar is not going to be used only for the electricity. It will be used to replace the fuels in our cars or in our factories. So even if we have to go to the net zero 2070, the capacities which are coming up in India and expected to come, I think they are not enough. And this demand will continue to grow. And this is what we are seeing in the past.
What about your outlook in terms of green hydrogen? Can you walk us through what the plan is?
The company has a plan to start the electrolyzer manufacturing in India, and we are working in that direction. So this is the first step we want to take on a green hydrogen side.
On course, Hitesh Bhai, the financial closure, filing for DRHP, and then going public 3 months from now?
We are working on the DRHP. So I think once we file it, probably we'll be able to give some estimates. Maybe in the next 1.5 month, we should be ready to file the DRHP.
And what about the financial closure? I mean, you've been expanding in Orissa. Have you got the financial closure? Because first financial closure and then DRHP. That is how the process moves, right?
Right, it is almost done. Probably it should be finally concluded in the next week.
Conclude our today's interaction, Hitesh Bhai. You are of the view that yes, prices have come down, but this is something which is temporary. And this is not something which will structurally change the industry, because that's what sometimes investors and markets get worried about, that when prices they collapse like this, is it end of the road of at least this transition or this entire sector per se?
No, actually, this is a very regular phenomena. Like when we started the solar, we started with 400 rupees a watt, and today we are talking about less than 15 rupees or 16 rupees a watt. So there has been always, it was coming like this. Some jerk, maybe 2-3 months issue, 6 months issue. Again, it will start stabilizing and going up. And in the long term, the technologies are getting developed, and all the technologies are working towards the two things. One is how the LCOE comes down, and how the solar can give the 24/7 power. So this will continue. But as long as demand is concerned, like you ask about the consumers, we look to the roofs today from our window. In Mumbai, we don't see even 2% roofs are covered. So 98% market in Mumbai alone, we don't go to the tier 2, tier 3 cities or villages. But the developed cities like Mumbai also, we don't have still 98% roof covered with the solar. So demand will continue. The prices, this is a part of the industry cyclic issues, I call them, and they have been in my 15 years of solar at least 5 times, and this will continue. I don't think that this will impact anything on the demand side or the profitability side.
Good to have you on board. Thank you so much for taking time out, Mr. Doshi, and giving us more insight into your IPO plans, the solar module prices falling, as well as what the outlook is when it comes to green hydrogen. Tell you what, let's